photo. I've been away for 7 months. Now out filming the Book of Boba. Ooh, fight scenes, makeup. The one thing I've really missed is this hidden gem. Here in my hometown, Rotorua. The Polynesian spa. Come on, New Zealand, try something new. There are no words.
You know, I rode roller coasters from California to Alabama, but I still haven't found a ride that could rock my shit. Whee! Well,
Kia ora, welcome to the Tim Show. I'm Tim Morrison. Now each week I invite a couple of buddies over to have a bit of a koro, we have a bit of a sing-song, and I show them some of my postcards from Hollywood. Ooh, and they're looking pretty flash too. I visit the whānau in New Zealand and around the globe, and I even score some A-listers. Now, this week we've got a Tim Show special, episode 3, involvement of the Kiwis. I'm talking Star Wars. We find out how they make us clones. And I catch up with Rena Owen and talk to the producer, Rick McCullum, and talk to the big guy, George Lucas. So, lightsabers on!
Welcome to the Bombadcast.
What's going on, Bombad fam? You know what it's about to be. It's going to be a damn good Tim. That was so stupid. Anyway, what's going on, y'all? Hope we're doing okay. It is our great return, okay? We took a break for a couple of weeks in preparation for the Book of Boba Fett, and I'm so happy we're here. I'm so happy we can all enjoy that episode together. It seems like most people really enjoyed it, which is great. We've got some pretty awesome, interesting perspectives that we're going to share today, but as you know, every Thursday, Bombadcast at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, me and Jerry, we're going to be doing the Book of Bombad, actually a big recap show for the next 7 weeks, which is going to be awesome until February. And we'll be talking about all things Boba Fett. Obviously, the show and our guest perspectives on the show. And, of course, our guest history of Boba Fett. That's going to be a fun part of today's discussion, too. We've got that on Thursdays for the next couple of weeks. Then we've got, of course, Jerry's great return. Hyperfocus comes back as well. I believe, is it this week or next week, Jerry? I think he'll tell us when he comes on. I'm not too worried about it. It must be next week. But, yeah. That's going to be every Tuesday, okay? You can check out Jerry. He'll have a guest on, and you can hyper-focus on whatever you want to. As the guest, you can talk about whatever you want. I'm sure he's always looking for guests. Of course, Wednesday, Bombad Gaming with me, Scotty J. Rowe. Super excited. We've been playing some Legend of Zelda these past few weeks, but I'm changing it up. I'm going to have to make a new setup as well. I will be playing Wii Sports, and I will be decked out in my best workout attire. Me and my fiance will be playing through, I believe, most of the games in Wii Sports. But, yeah. You know what it is. It's time to stay Bombad, people. Hope everyone's doing okay. Jerry, what's up, my brother?
Hey, what's up, buddy? How you doing tonight?
Man.
It's good. It's good to be back. It's good to be back.
It really is. Rejuvenated. Jerry, new computer.
Yes.
Right?
New computer. I was gonna say I'm still getting. I'm trying to get used. This is the first show like where I'm in the control room, right? Where I'm trying to refigure out how to do all my stuff. I sound like my 60-year-old father right now, and that's fine. It's fine. But no, dude, it's great. You know, I had a couple back-to-baths, thought about my past. It was pretty, I feel pretty great. So I'm ready. I'm ready to I'm ready to get into all this amazing stuff. And like the granny at the beginning, riding the roller coaster as a teddy bear. Let's find out, man. Did this rock our shit or not? I'm ready.
I think it will.
think it was a roller coaster that rocked our shit. We'll find out.
Yes. So Jerry, let's bring in our first guest. You know who that's gonna be? You decide. Actually, it could be either.
Ooh, I decide. Oh, pressure. Okay, in no discernible order. I'm gonna bring on Arezou.
Hey, mate, who invited you here?
Hi.
Hey, we're going in alphabetical order tonight with guests. So it's fun.
There we go.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. Welcome, Arezou. It's good to have you.
It's good to be back. I'm excited.
Arezou is a staple.
Such a long time
of
coming.
the show.
I think
It's
this
funny,
is your
like-
first time back on since we've been back on
Yeah.
our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I think so.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, then we're gonna have to change this. It's gonna have to happen more often. Okay. So there we go. Okay. I'm
like
glad
that.
it's finally happening. There we go.
We've made it. We've made it. Jerry, who is
We
our
have.
other guest?
Well, guys, listen. We have two fantastic guests tonight. We have a panel of all panels for you, and joining us as well as Arezou is the wonderful Tori.
Hey, mate, who invited you here?
I was hoping I'd get that too.
I was supposed to be completely forgot that was happening.
Oh, it's awesome.
We love our Tim show around here. We love our Tim show.
The
Heck
clips of him are
yeah.
just incredible. Incredible. Hello.
The
Hi.
fact that y'all
going,
hadn't
Tori?
seen had y'all seen those or not seen those? I forget. Had not.
I've seen like half of what you showed us. Like you
Okay.
didn't really. I don't think you played the other part of the show, like the opening.
Yes.
Oh, the
Not yet.
opening. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
we
I
haven't
had
played the
not
theme
seen him like how they make clones.
So amazing.
The best
It's
part of
crazy.
like the Captain Typho part is great because like they're out by the pool still when it comes back, and like he hears a saxophone playing and he's like,
Yep.
oh, what's that? Let's go check, all you Star Wars cosplayers. And like they go inside and like he's like, what are you doing here, mate? You know, it's just there's Captain Typho
Wow.
playing the saxophone in Boba Fett's house. It's just I can't wait for that episode.
Episode 4.
Oh,
It's gonna be episode 4.
It has to. You
Look at
can't
Boba
do
Fett.
that at the
That's
first
happening.
episode.
No,
Not all the reveals
too
in the
much.
beginning.
No, of course
Yeah.
not.
Sensation
Can't front load it
overload.
like that.
You know what? It's funny. It's like obviously that's from 2005 or 6 maybe, and it's pretty dated. But if something like that came out today, that would like go viral. Like that would be
Yeah.
huge. Like a show like that. Like
It
with
would.
George Lucas. So
We've-
awesome.
We've watched through most of that, Scotty, and that is honestly, go look it up. It's a delight. The Tim Show.
Yes.
It's an absolute delight. Just him, and he sits down with George Lucas, and
Yep.
it's oh my
I was
god.
gonna say, I
It's
feel
just-
like the appeal around here
so
is that he
delightful.
sits down with Rick McCallum.
Yeah, that is the appeal. You're not
yes,
wrong.
Yes.
That's
You're
my
right.
Especially
boy.
on this show.
Okay, I like that. Yeah, fantastic.
He's one of the best. You know him. You know I
Ooh,
get
the
sweaty whenever he
Rickmeister.
gets showed up.
Hey.
Now wait, hold
Or
on.
Rickmeister.
What makes all of us sweaty? What's make all of us sweaty here? You know what it is? It's what we
shit.
just watched. Yep, Boba Fett. Okay?
Oh
And
yes.
I want to ask Arezou this, Arezou in particular, because you and I were there for each other when
Mhm.
you fell in love with Boba Fett.
Yes, we were.
Yeah. Let's
I
hear about
actually-
that.
I went back to look because I thought this had happened on the Friday live stream for Beyond the Blast
Yeah.
Door. So I went to look to find my meltdown. And that's not where it happened. It happened on the phone. Like we were FaceTiming and I just had a complete I think I love Boba now meltdown. No, it was
my
I don't
God.
want Boba meltdown. And then
Right.
4 weeks later had an I love Boba meltdown
It
on
was
the phone. In real
That's
time.
incredible.
Oh my god.
That's
It
incredible.
love-
was
Because it
so
was-
quick.
It's so fun.
She-
It was so funny sitting. Oh, sorry, I'm interrupting you. Please.
No, Tori.
no.
Oh, I was like, it was so funny that week when he showed up and everyone was like, I love Boba Fett now. And I felt like Edna Mode where she's sitting there with like the fire in her glasses. Like everyone's just like combusting and I'm just like, yes, welcome. So funny to
That's
think people
so
are like, I'm
incredible.
confused.
Man.
Honestly, I texted like our friends like Candace, Maggie, and Nurhal. I texted them. I'm like,
Hmm.
Boba Fett is hot now with a question mark. They were like, "What?"
Don't
I'm like,
that.
"Just trust." And then they watched the episode. We're all like, "Oh, right, okay."
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
God, what a great reveal too at the beginning of the last season of Mando. That was incredible. Just like the twin sons and that weird horn noise comes in. He's just standing there with the silhouette. Like, yeah, it's just crazy how
love
far
our
we've
weird
gotten
horns
from there. We've gotten so much from there. And yeah, I remember you falling in love, Arezou. I remember that vividly. It was
real
beautiful.
time.
I think we both had that
I'm
because
jealous.
I
That's
was
so
a
awesome.
huge fan of Jango Fett, and obviously cut from the same cloth, literally. But like to have Boba Fett, like, you know, come in and just be so badass was awesome. I mean, it was incredible. It was so spectacular. And Tori over here, Tori's been a fan since she was like, you tell us the age. I mean, it's been
honestly
a long
don't
time
know.
coming.
I don't know the answer, actually. I don't really know because I grew up watching Star Wars. Like, I can't tell you the first time I watched Star Wars, and like Boba Fett was just like always a thing with my family. Like, I think my dad liked him a little bit, and I think like my brother and I just kind of were like, this guy is really cool. And then the whole family was just like, that's it. We're a Fett family now, I guess. So
Fett family.
Family.
So yeah, like
that's
like I
awesome.
mean, like anytime we were out somewhere and it'd be like, because you know, and that's why also this time is very exciting because you know, I love my fashion, I love my accessories and all that. Like you couldn't really find a ton of Boba Fett stuff, right?
Sure.
Or like really good Boba Fett stuff anyway. And so that would be birthday, Christmas presents. It was Boba Fett stuff that you find.
That's awesome.
So yeah.
Well, and you grew up in Orlando, right? So you've been around. You were at the parks for Disney weekends and everything too.
Star Wars weekends, yes. Oh no,
Star Wars
you brought
weekends.
up Star Wars weekends. Here we go.
Well, no, I know what
Let's
you're
go.
saying. No, I know what
Let's
you're
go.
saying.
Let's go.
But
No,
the
yes.
important thing, you got to meet a lot of those people, right? And take pictures with all of them.
Yes, yeah. My favorite part was actually like seeing the characters physically because you could see the costumes up close and it was just really, really neat. And a lot of the details were, you know, it's just you don't see that watching a movie. And so yeah, so I mean Boba Fett, I met him probably every day I went, unless something catastrophic happened, like I was in line. And when I was in high school, I met that character so much that Boba under a mask recognized me, and he would do the same thing every time. He would touch my chin.
No way! Just like he does.
Yes.
The
first time
I'm looking at the pictures and I'm so
I was just frozen. I was like, he's touching my chin. What's happening? And then he did it like almost every other time he saw me, which was pretty cool. So yeah, but additionally, I got to meet like Jeremy Bulloch. I would meet him. I would make a point of trying to meet Jeremy Bulloch like once a year, and Daniel Logan as well. So
wow.
a
What
very
about
neat
Tim?
thing.
Anything with Tim or no? Not yet.
I haven't met him.
It's gotta happen. You gotta.
I don't know if I can.
It's
I
gotta
think I'll like
happen.
bust. I don't know. I mean, I have a really cool. It's like a titanium die-cast Boba figure that's in like a really cool like almost like looking tank thing. And Jeremy Bulloch signed it, and I would love to have Mora sign it.
Awesome.
That's like a goal of mine. So if he's at Celebration, I'll probably give it a shot. But
might be worth it. Totally.
I think so.
Sure hope so.
I think this show could put him back on the map. I mean, he's always been popular. He's been in a lot of stuff since, you know, Revenge of the Sith. But I think this show could really, like his acting in this first episode with no dialogue. We'll talk about that in a minute. I'm gonna get into that for a second. I'm sorry.
So careful.
The reason we wanted you two on our first episode was because of a very successful fan of it. I'm gonna share the screen on that right now. Give me 1 second. Y'all killed it. Okay, so we, you know, obviously Bombadcast had helped. We contributed a podathon this year, and we were one of the hosts of it. Us and Pete from around the galaxy. And the thing about it is, it was right after this Boba Fest was, and it felt like the fandom. And it's been a while since it felt this way, was completely joined together. And I want to say congrats to y'all on that one, but we can look at it real quick. Y'all killed it.
So much fun.
I mean, look at this. Whose idea was this? What's the story behind it?
So
who's gonna go? You. It's you.
We were just texting each other in excitement over, I don't know, it couldn't have been a still because we didn't get anything until the week before this. Yeah. So it was something completely
we just like randomly messaging each other and being like, hey, like,
Boba Fett.
in a couple months.
Like I don't even know what had prompted it, but in excitement, I texted Tori in all caps. I wanted to text Boba Fett, and then fat thumbs. I texted Boba Fest instead, and then went corrected myself. And Tori's like,
I was like, wait a minute,
I'm gonna do a Boba Fest. I'm like, let's do it. And then it just escalated from there.
God, it went so well,
So incredible.
And like you can see it on the screen. I mean, literally and this page is great, by the way. For anyone that's never seen it, the archive of Tamora Morrison, they follow me. And they post nothing but Tamora Morrison every day, and they help contribute to it. The fan club, who is verified, which is pretty wild.
Oh, that's right. And it didn't Ming-Na Wen retweeted one of the things too, which was really exciting.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
it was like for Finnick, the Finnick Day, right? Right.
Ming-Na Wednesday.
Ming-Na Wednesday.
Ming-Na Wednesday. My bad. Yeah, right.
That and Tamura's Day, we were very proud of.
Those are fantastic. Those are fantastic.
It was such a good day. And like, it's funny because how y'all set it up, at least to me, it seemed like it went really well. Kelly Knox got involved. There's you, Tori. It's just, it was so cool to see how well it went over, and people were so positive, and it's just nice to see this kind of thing. These are some of my favorite people right now. I'm not gonna lie. This is dope. And if I'm not mistaken, it was 5 days, right? 5 days.
Yeah, Monday to Friday.
And y'all had a different topic each day. I mean, that was great. So I don't know. At least to me, will there be a sequel to this event? I hope there is.
I mean, we kind of announced it in a way. Yes. Okay. Oh, absolutely. We're gonna do it again for sure.
Yeah. Boba Fest 2022.
I hope so. Because
this time with
Boba Fest 2022.
The participation of the New Zealand Film Commission. I'm kidding.
Please, New Zealand Film Commission, if you're listening.
They have not
said
they're getting involved.
Come on.
They haven't said anything at all. But
come on, New Zealand Film Commission. Come on.
If you're listening, please.
We would like to
give us the footage.
For Morrison reality show next year. So if you could,
they're listening. Right.
Let me know.
I think y'all should make shirts for celebration too. I mean, I think there should be a lot of things that y'all like push whenever that convention comes around, and of course when the next day comes around. But I think we should talk about. Yes. Oh, that'd be great.
Ooh, there you go.
Wow. Y'all will do your Boba Fest. I'll do my Rick McCallum fan meetup.
Rick McCallum fan meetup.
Which is sweaty people just standing around like, I love Rick McCallum. So I think
I want to go.
We should get into it. I want to get into the reason we are here. Okay. And we'll play another great video to kind of transition into our discussion on.
Let's get into it.
Boba Fett Chapter 1. The Tim Show.
That is like the opening. That's the canon opening for Cantinas, Drive-Ins, and Dives, right there.
Yeah, the vibes are there. The vibes are definitely there.
They
100% the 20th Century Fox Tim Show as well.
Yes. I'm surprised it didn't get some sort of a copyright for that. That was pretty bold. That was like straight up.
That was
the 20th Century Fox logo.
It's Tamora Morrison.
Everyone
loves him.
What are you gonna do?
An exception.
You're gonna say no?
You gonna give Boba Fett a copyright strike? No.
You could, but
that
wouldn't be wise.
No,
yep.
No.
See, okay. So whenever this show was announced, I remember where I was vividly. I'm sure. What was that like for everyone here? But I bet Tori lost her absolute mind. That ad.
Actually, Arezou knows this story. I just told her it this week.
Okay.
I am one of those people that watches things as soon as they come on. So it's 3 a.m.
Of course.
Okay. Let me set the stage for you. I live in a cute little house, but like I'm in an area where like houses are very close together. Like very close together. Like I could probably hit my neighbor's window with a rock from my bedroom. Okay. So we're sitting there and we're watching Mando season 2, and I'm like upset because Grogu has left us, and I'm like, oh,
yep.
Luke, how could you? And we're sitting there through the credits, and I'm like, all right, maybe there's something afterwards, like who knows? And it happens, and this is 3 a.m. I like screamed like bloody murder, and my boyfriend had to like cover my mouth. He was like, like our neighbors are right there. Like they're trying to sleep. It's 3 a.m. Like someone's gonna call the cops or something. Like stop screaming. But anyway, so now I have like a designated screaming pillow. Just in case.
You got to.
As one does.
And
yeah,
as one definitely does. And like I remember where I was. I have a video of it too. I could play it a second. But like it was so surreal to see the twin sons of Tatooine in the way that they did it. And what gave it away for me, unfortunately, was they had one credit that had played before the actual, the actual clip had showed, and it said Matthew Wood, Bib Fortuna. I'm like, where was Bib Fortuna in all this? Like, that's my boy.
Yeah, like you're
and
like,
then,
wait a minute.
Yeah, I'm like, I didn't see Bib Fortuna at all. So they went through the whole credits. I'm thinking, did I miss him? Was he like whenever Bo-Katan was fighting, Boba Fett, was that like what the heck? And so then literally, boom, they cut to that thing, the twin sons of Tatooine, and I think this past year, that needs.
It's a Death Trooper pillow. Anyway,
so you don't scare your neighbors to death. But in terms of surprises, I think we all were blown away by what we got that evening, and it hasn't been the same since. And it's been a year since live action Star Wars, and it felt so good to wake up at 2 a.m. to watch it, have it drop.
I don't think it's gonna happen again, though.
No, I was gonna say, did
it
you
threw
end up
off my
late?
whole day. I'm like 6 a.m. and then I can just go from there.
I'm already up around 4 a.m. for that work anyway, so it'll be.
Yeah, I'll get up at like
there.
4 or 5 a.m. if I have to go to work, and then I'll just stay up. But getting up at 3 and knowing I have to like now write a recap for this, I'm like, let me like take a 1 hour nap, turn into 4 hours, and just throw off my whole day. So I'm like, just gonna wake up at 6 and stay up. But
yeah. Kind of have to. That was a lot. It felt like a dream after watching it. So with that first episode being obviously viewed, how many times have you all watched it? I've seen it 3 times. 3 as well.
5 times.
Tori.
Yes, Tori, me too. Yeah, here we go. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I did the wrong way. Wait.
Yeah, so we're good. We're not weather people. It's fine.
Not yet.
No, not yet.
One
keyword. Yes.
Gary, what was your initial reaction when that thing dropped? Like the full thing? Because I'll tell you mine in a second.
Well, after I got my coffee in my Boba Fett mug and everything, like the shill I am, I sat down. I was, I think I was just. Dreamlike was a good way to describe it, Scotty. You said it just felt like a dream. It's just like, because again, it was 3 a.m. I had to get up and get ready to go to work and all of that as well after it.
Of course.
And it just, someone said that you wish it was longer, but like it's good that it leaves you wanting more. Like it was so good. I forget who said this. If it makes you, it felt so good that it felt like it was 11 minutes long and stuff.
And it blew by.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It felt, the pacing was incredible. And honestly, the what they told in those moments, I mean, this is the first time we've gotten, like, I know we had it with Din Djarin with the armor, and when she's breaking and when she's making the Beskar suit for him, they kind of broke the rules of Star Wars, and it was really nice. I know TLJ did too a little bit with timeline stuff, but like this one was like very different narratives where you literally start out with the flashback and then you cut forward, flashback, cut forward. That was really cool. I think the whole show might be like this, which I did not expect to happen, in all honesty. Like the full show.
That like punched me in the face. Like you're talking like the cuts to Camino and stuff like that. Like that was
right off the bat. I was like, well,
right
I'm
off the bat, I was like,
That's fine.
Wait.
It's the little Boba with the helmet that got
me.
I saw
that new shot.
And we see it in the first 10 seconds, and I'm like, okay, that's what we're doing here. Okay.
But it made sense because I mean, obviously, there's some people that are watching this that have not seen the prequel since they saw it in theaters in 2002. Like, there's just some people that are going to be that way, you know. And then unlike us crazy people that we've watched them religiously, at least me did, you know, I did. In terms
I've
of
watched Attack
in
of the Clones
terms of
a few times this year.
yeah, a few times this week. I watched it before it aired, so it felt like a total treat whenever they did that really harsh cut to him with the.
You're like,
you know,
this
with the
is for
helmet.
me.
It's a good year
I
for
was like, they did
Camino
this for me.
and Fets.
Yes, Camino's getting some love, and I love the idea of the back to tank being the thing that kind of takes you to the past. You know, he's
Cool.
The
Yeah.
dreams. The
Back to
what
tank
does he say?
time
What's the
machine.
line?
The dreams are back.
The dreams are back.
And then
Oh,
Fennec's
so
like, I'm gonna
good.
acknowledge this, but I don't do feelings, so
Phoenix just like, cool. People are.
I don't know what to do with this. You've told me this already.
this is the third time
Feeling-
today that you've told me.
Like you.
Thanks
like,
for saving me
you
and all,
cannot
man.
keep
But like,
waking up this ominously, okay? I
Yeah,
have
well,
things
it's
to
funny
do.
because
I don't have time.
I was gonna say she's like real busy, as you can tell. Like she's like, all right, get up, dude. And like, come on, put your suit on.
Yeah,
We gotta
you're
go
just,
talk to a
you're
bunch
just
of people.
sleeping
chop,
in.
chop.
You're just
I've been up
sleeping in.
since 4. Let's go.
Yeah, come on. I got thoughts.
I love that
Okay.
though. I love that she's the one that kind of keeps him in check. And like even the whole entire time, whenever they have those moments, you know, talking to I guess Jabba's former cohorts, they have those amazing moments where he's like, I don't know what he just said. And he's like, yeah, I didn't either. Something about this, you know, and
Oh yeah,
them-
friendship or something. Yeah.
the Gamorrean guard part was really cool. I just can't wait to see their dynamic build more. It's gonna be really, really awesome.
Yeah.
Really spectacular.
I mean, we've been new, you know, the chemistry is there. Okay.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
so are
And
they,
they are
okay.
just
It's
I gotta
there.
ask-
before we get into that, please.
Nope. I want to ask. Okay, so
Able to move from No, go
we
ahead.
won't. I know we won't. Arezou, from the day one you were shipping them, I remember the
Yes.
live stream vividly.
I'm like,
So I remember.
yes. I
So is it happening?
I think it's happening. Here's what I think is
Okay.
happening.
Oh, it
now.
totally is.
Back a year ago, I kind of thought, I'm like, okay, they're together, and that's just how it is. They're just a couple that has been together for a while, and they work together. That is no longer exactly what I think is happening here, unless it is, and they're ready to shock me. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I've decided, based on the new episode, that if anything, they hooked up a little bit in the early days, decided this is getting in the way, and they're like not doing that anymore, but they're going to do it again by the end of the season.
Good.
Oh,
Hey,
100%.
My
I'm not.
prediction. We all
I'm not
saw that
opposed.
balcony in the trailer. You don't put
Yes.
lighting and curtains
Looks
like that. if
very
you're not gonna
romantic
kiss.
looking.
That was
I'm just
that was.
saying.
I mean, it was like it was like Jasmine and Aladdin or something. Like when
Yes.
he picks her up on the
That is
carpet,
the
like for
exact
real.
vibe.
For real.
Yes.
Fennec is about to jump off the balcony and pop up again on her magic carpet, and Boba's gonna be like,
Yes!
because that's the dynamic.
Yes, Finnick will be the one with the magic carpet. That is, oh my
That's
god,
right.
That's so,
Like Boba
that's
has been
so
stuck on Tatooine for years, and Fennec's
Yeah.
like, I can show you the world, and just takes off the carpet.
Exactly.
Arezou, cut it out. That's amazing.
I'm sorry, I don't.
No,
But-
that's so
Make it.
I can.
I hope that happens.
Would you imagine? What if they do a sing? What if they do a sing song? Could you imagine if they did a sing song in this
Sing
show?
song, a bit of a
musical episode.
A bit of a sing song.
Please, yeah,
Tori.
please pull a Riverdale to a
We
to
all know
a
Tim can
musical
sing.
episode.
Yes.
Exactly. The
Do
talent
you
is
ship
there.
them, Tori? Do you ship
Yeah, oh,
them? Just want to make
Yeah.
sure. I'm just clarifying. I do. I think it's gonna be cool.
Yes.
Will we see? I hope we don't see an Eternals level.
no
sex scene,
pressure.
but I do hope. I do hope that there's some intimacy, like some hand holding or something really cool. I'd be about it. I mean,
Ye-
we haven't seen that in Star Wars since like I guess Ben and Rey, but I'm thinking more Anakin and Padme, kind of like awkward. That'd be kind of cool. Just really awkward romance.
That's what is. I think that's why, like, especially after the first episode, I'm just so drawn to them together. Even if they don't end up being romantic, but I think it would be really neat. Like they are
Yeah.
just both so awkward, not very social, but like there's a common respect there. There is like some form of love there. Like I
Mhm.
love it. It's so fun. Like I love their dynamic.
They have that
Yep.
common respect, but they obviously don't operate the same way. Boba's like, I
Oh,
have
no.
a code. I am sticking to it. And Fennec's like, can I do a murder though?
How
Correct.
great is that? Oh my god! Like her eagerness to kill him.
Can I kill
is
this one?
Incredible.
Please let me at least just one.
I can't wait. I can't wait. Inevitably, there's got to be one time where she looks at him and he's like, okay. And then she's like, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
She chases like 3 guys up the building and he's like alive. And she's
I
like,
think that was my favorite part of the whole
One.
episode was that he had to specifically call after her and say alive.
Mhm.
Yep.
and
Please.
she brought him
I love-
one guy.
I love
Like,
that scene right
She
there.
was-
Like
she did what he wanted.
she stands there looking at the other guy for a second, and then like, I'm gonna kick your friend off the building now. Bye. You know, like so ruthless, but so incredible. Oh man, just
Very Star Wars. Very Star Wars. Well, honestly, I guess we should get into the also other meat and potatoes of this idea. We always do on our show best, favorite, most fun, and we do that usually with the movies and things from the movies. But I think we could go around talking about our best, favorite, most fun moments from this first episode. Maybe we can start doing this with a lot of things, especially with Boba Fett. But was there anything, Jerry? Because we'll let the two ladies take a second and really think about it. Jerry, was there a best, favorite, most fun thing for you in this first episode?
I mean, I think I don't like the stuff from Attack of the Clones, like the Camino shot and anything with like him in the Bacta tank was just incredible. There's like a shot where like you can see the depth of like the drops on the tank and everything. It was just like a really cool just a shot of the detail and everything that I really liked.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. Like, I think the best thing is just that this is an introspective, it's like a story about a man dealing with trauma or something, kind of a thing. Someone dealing with their past.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And do I have to do the favorite and most fun right now?
If you want to, I was just thinking in terms of there was some things I could say that I really liked that I didn't expect from this show. And in particular, the Tusken Raiders scenes. I mean, obviously, we knew we'd get something because of the trailer, but like as in depth as they gotten, I think that was honestly the big secret of this first episode was like how intense it got. Like, he's getting the crap beat out of him by a bunch of people, but a bunch of kids. And that first part, it's just a bunch of children. They're just like beating them.
Oh, that's great.
Like, what?
I love that.
I was like, this is nuts. But
he gets his ass kicked this whole time, but that's Boba Fett. Boba Fett has gotten his ass kicked like through every movie, every show, everything and stuff. That's just
it makes him more human. It brings that humanity to him, and I didn't expect to get that so quickly in the show. And Arezou and I actually talked about the beginning, and I'm sure she'll have something to say on this. This to me was not a pilot episode. Okay, not at all. Pilots do something very different. Pilots reintroduce you to these characters or introduce you to these characters, and I'm sure she has something to say on that. Arezou, why was this not a pilot? I know you did.
This doesn't feel like a pilot in the way that like none of the Disney Plus shows feel like they have pilots, because the purpose of a pilot episode is to introduce you to the world, to your characters, to the basic premise. Like in pilot writing, in screenwriting, that's what a pilot is. None of these do that. We've known who Boba Fett is for longer than I've been alive. We've known this world for even longer than that. So neither of these things are being set up in a pilot. You know what I mean? Like they're not launching the concept. The concept is already there. That's why these all feel like 6, 8, 10-hour movies rather than conventional TV shows. That's why like pilot doesn't feel like the right word to use. Yeah. For this, I can probably get the premiere because it's the first Book of Boba Fett episode, but it doesn't even. I don't know. It feels like a natural continuation of The Mandalorian. Like I watched The Mandalorian the night before this came out because I'm like I want to kind of ramp up into this.
Me too.
And it worked out really, really well because you see the last thing you see is him and Fennec on the throne, and then go right into the Book of Boba Fett, and it's like 2 days later, like long enough for them to move in the Bacta tank and the equipment that you see in the throne room. So long enough to have their stuff dropped off. But you know what I mean? It doesn't really. I mean, you could argue the tragedy was like a backdoor pilot for this.
See, that's what we were talking about before we started. The fact that it is a backdoor pilot, like that was for us to go, oh, he's back. And this episode was to get into the things this man had to experience to be where he's at now, right? There's a reason he wants to roll with respect. There's a reason he wants to do so many things differently. than obviously how Jabba did it because of what he experienced. And the best part is that Tusken Raider stuff is not over yet. Like next episode, we're getting more of that. We have to,
Oh
right?
man. They didn't just waste it, man. They didn't just rush through it at all.
I'm so
good.
happy. I love Tusken Raiders. So really
I know.
They get more like I've always loved them, but like they have added such incredible depth to them with them between the Mandalorian and this and everything. And this added absolutely. I love the kid, the Tusken Raider child who's like leading them through the desert and stuff. It was just, oh man. I don't know. Do we have a name for that?
And can we give a shout out to the Massive? Because I love when Star Wars is dogs.
Yes. Yes, and I think we can forgive Boba for whacking him for a second.
Well, wait, how sweet was that? That was very cowboyish. He because he knows the animal's trained to do what the animal's trained to do. But when he hits it, he pets it. He's like, "I'm sorry." Like
he was like, "Sleep."
Sleep. Yeah, it was kind of beautiful.
It's okay, buddy.
He was like, "So sorry, so sorry."
I love the moment they had later where he's like, no hard feelings, mate.
Yes, that was amazing.
I love that he said mate too. Like,
I know.
The 10 jumped
so
out.
good.
Just
so
good.
good.
No hard feelings, mate. And like he's such a, and that's one thing I think we have to talk about too for a moment here. He's such a good actor. Like he had been in so much stuff since Book of Boba Fett. I mean, since Revenge of the Sith, obviously. But like watching him have to do dialogueless scenes, all visual storytelling. He's getting dragged at one point. Like it was so awesome to see him, like his range of movement and like, you know, from when the helmet gets taken off to when the Jawa slams in the head. Like it's just, his acting is damn good. I didn't think it'd be that good, honestly. Like he seems so kind of goofy, you know, as we saw in the videos, he's kind of goofy. But like
every behind the scenes thing ever, he's having such a good time.
Yes. But when I guess when the camera's on, yeah, you're right.
He's not playing,
No, he was delivering all of his lines with so much weight to it, and like even the really funny part where he's like super casual with the owner of the sanctuary, the cantina. He was like, "Oh no, we won't be here that long." Like I'm like, that's so cool.
That felt like a gangster movie, but also just like hey, I'm just here, you know. Hey, I'm the new boss. What's up? You know, it's nice to meet you. Like the meeting the cool boss. Like you get a new cool boss at work. I don't know if anyone's ever had a cool boss at work or not, but it just, I don't know. It just felt, I don't know. There were so many different things there. So good. I don't know. I love that. You can pull it.
No, that's all good. It honestly felt, it felt so nice to be reintroduced to someone like the human, right? Like the human character of Boba Fett. And I didn't think we'd get that so quick off the bat. I thought they were going to give us kind of brutal and then make him human. But man, from the moment he crawls to that Sarlacc pit to the Jawas smoke, like pistol whipping him, like he got his shit rocked.
It's like 40 minutes of that. Yeah, he's just getting beat up the whole time.
And
poor guy.
It's crazy because I was thinking the entire time watching this, he's just and I have this in the show notes, he's like the opposite of Din Djarin, where like he didn't need the armor. Like Din needs the armor. Like when Din is on top of the tank in chapter 15 and he has the stormtrooper armor on, he's like not having a good time fighting without it. But Boba Fett proves that he might be a little bit more of a skilled I wouldn't say fighter, he's just more martial arts. I don't know, he's just so much more skilled without the armor.
He's just as good in his armor as he is in his torn long johns.
Jumpsuit.
It's fine.
Well,
his torn jammies.
Sorry.
No, you please no.
No, I was gonna say we see like in the Clone Wars and like in the young Boba Fett books that kind of came out in between all that there are long periods of his life where he didn't have his armor, and he was in the middle of a war zone, in the middle of all these criminals, and like he kind of had to make do without. So the armor to him is like a tool, but it's not necessary. Like he has lived chunks of his life without it.
Absolutely. So, what I was gonna say, which is not as eloquent, was I just think about that meme, man literally too angry to die.
Yes.
He was resilient. He was so resilient. And like, you know, this is an argument that I was having with a discussion I was having with my friends last night. I was telling them, like, you got to realize this man is dehydrated. He is exhausted. He's covered in stomach acid.
He's sentient beef jerky right now.
He looked
And
like
people,
E.T.
Not to downplay him.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Not
He
even.
looked like
people,
E.T. where E.T.'s like face down, and
Yes,
that's like all I could
dried
think
up.
about when I was watching it. I was like, this is the saddest thing.
But like
I've
people are
ever
like, he's not badass enough. I'm like, this dude is like exhausted. This dude is on the brink of death, and he's like fighting
And he's
for his
still,
life. He's escaping.
he's still doing,
Dehydrated,
It's like-
acid-soaked man just got sucker punched in the stomach and stood back up.
Yes.
Well, I
I
mean,
would
it's
have been
a
like,
lot
you
of
know
people-
what? Leave me in the sand. I'm
I was
fine.
gonna say I would have been way behind somewhere.
Exactly.
You know?
God.
Exactly. It's like Indiana
then-
Jones. Everyone's like, "Oh, Indiana Jones is such a badass." Indiana Jones gets his ass kicked all the time.
I-
Like, that's
and
part
that's-
of it.
Constantly.
That's
I
what
love
makes
that you
him so
brought-
charming.
I love that you brought that up because I think about that all the time. I
Yeah.
think one of the better parts of these stories for me is like with The Mandalorian, specifically like when that first came out, it's like, this is very Indiana Jones. He's just getting beat up the whole time.
Yep.
Right.
And apparently also for Boba too.
but it makes our character far more humble and like how think about this. Just
Yeah,
take a
it can't be
second to
easy
think
every
about it.
time.
No, it's
How
not
can
fun
you-
when it's easy every time?
No, yeah,
No, it's not.
No.
And how can you make a character more human when they are literally like a bounty hunter assassin? They are also, they're don't have a very good past, did some shady shit. So, but like you watch Boba Fett, and immediately after this episode, I'm like, okay, now I get him. I get why he has this motivation that I never thought we'd have before. I just didn't think. When I heard this show was coming out, I'm like, oh, this show's gonna be nonstop badass Boba Fett, but it's not, and it's really kind of nice. It's not for once. It's really nice. Like how
People
come
come in wanting space John Wick, right? And that's not Boba
Yes.
Fett. That's Finnick. Finnick is space John Wick. Okay.
Exactly. And she delivered with this episode too. Like the parkour stuff.
Oh my God.
And I was wondering, do y'all think that was
That
shot
was a
on
fun
set?
scene.
That was pretty crazy. That looked like it couldn't have been done in the volume. I was watching that. I'm like, how do they film this?
I
Like,
mean,
It's probably
they
like
have
half and half if I had to
It
guess.
might be like
Yeah.
the back is the volume, and then they built the building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
God,
about like
that
maybe
was
the
wild.
rooftops or something. But like,
Yeah.
I now we know why all those pipes and stuff are on the buildings in Mos Eisley and Mos Espa and
So
stuff.
people
It's for
can grab it
parkour.
and go.
just
It's
It's
to
a
get around.
record.
Can I just say, I didn't realize watching the Phantom Menace and like fake fan, but I didn't realize watching the Phantom Menace that Jabba actually lives in Mos Espa. I thought he
I
just
didn't
like
either.
I thought he just traveled into town because the Boonta Eve Classic's like a big deal. It's like NASCAR, it's the Olympics. Like, of course, the crime boss is coming to watch. I didn't realize it was like down the street.
Isn't that
I'm-
crazy?
That was a revelation.
I am glad
kind
that
of
you brought
awesome.
that up because he's very close to Boonta Eve.
Yeah,
Mhm.
could you imagine when that happens? You're
Oh my
going to
God,
see this
if
man
we-
lose his absolute mind.
I was gonna say
I will
if we
be
get pod
screaming.
racing or anything.
I
in this-
so hope that there's pod racing. I mean,
Could
isn't
you
that the whole thing? Like
imagine?
Jabba had to like preside over the festivities,
Oh my
right? So
God,
like
yes.
if he's taking
Oh my
over
God.
and he's supposed to be fulfilling that
Sorry.
role, I mean,
They just,
My
what
head
if
will
they just
explode
I
did
like
just
the
pod
gun
racing?
scanners. Okay.
I had a whole discussion this morning about this. Like, I just want it to be like Fennec is like, ugh, we have to go pod race, but Boba's like,
What is
we're
the
going to pod race. Like, I'm so
I
excited.
love this stuff.
That's
And everyone's
brilliant.
buying him
Boba.
popcorn like, oh, okay.
God, that's
If they
brilliant.
do that, please give me an old Sebulba or Ben
We
Quaternaros.
need a
like
Foden
out
bead.
there,
Yes.
like
We need
giving-
Foden bead, please.
Yes,
And
please.
you know what?
Yes.
One thing too, this show has done well is, and Robert Rodriguez, obviously fantastic director and writer, and I guess creator of a universe, which he's done really well with this first episode. He tied in a bunch of Easter eggs, or I guess Fabs did. I don't know whose decision this was, but like this show was littered with Easter eggs, and even Robert Rodriguez says the first. This is from the trailers of the first 15 minutes of each show or something crazy. I don't know exactly how he phrased it because it's not so true anymore. But
Well, he said all of the stuff we'd seen was the first half of the first episode, but that's not true. We didn't see the conference
No.
table. We didn't see
No.
the balcony, which is what I was looking
No.
for.
Yeah, I was waiting
Yes.
for the balcony and for the dinner scene.
Mhm.
We didn't see
well,
that.
and the girl and
Oh, and biker.
That was
And
going to
the
be,
bikers-
that
and beautiful
was gonna be an
bikers,
eventful
like, where
first
are
5
you?
minutes.
yes,
Like,
but it's crazy because this show is already crammed in some Easter eggs that I didn't expect to get. Just the Wookiee pelts that the Trandoshan has, that was great. Just really small stuff. I was like, that's really good.
it
I
took
liked,
me embarrassingly long to realize that was a Wookiee pelt. Like,
I
it was
didn't
my
notice
really?
third
till-
watch.
I didn't notice till somebody pointed it out to me.
Really?
Like, did you see?
I'm
I'm
in the
like,
same boat.
no. And then when I went,
Well,
back,
'cause
was
I just was like-
God.
I've
It's
got
a
a
little
blanket
one,
that kind of
too.
looks like a Wookiee, and I'm like, that's just like a faux fur blankie or something.
I was just like,
that
okay,
he's got or something.
some fur, that's fine.
Or like a bag of
Yeah.
here's a torn bag. Here you go. It's fine.
Yeah. It had that. It
It's
had
chilly.
obviously Max Rebo's great return, who made me
Ooh,
freak
buddy.
out for a second because I didn't think he lived. I thought he died on the sail barge, but I guess
he had a
found
way
his
out.
way off. He found a way out.
Well, and then
God, that
him
was
and
good.
we were talking
Figure and
about.
Dan.
I rewatched it with a few people. Yeah, him and Figure and Dan started a side project together, which was pretty awesome.
Yes.
So good for them. Good for them.
a collab.
I don't know if that was
Fanfics
actually
across
Figure and
the
Dan.
world.
I'm
But
on
I think
Star
it must
Wars
have
size noodles.
I wanted
Yeah,
to
I
be-
know, right?
Well,
I
that's
was
the
thinking
thing.
that too.
I was really
Size
upset.
Sure.
I was really
She's had
angry.
She
enough
started her
dramatic
solo
tattoo
career
boy.
finally.
Like my only
Tori.
complaint about this episode, I was like, where is she? It's fine.
Look, I
She will
hope
make her
honestly, what if we get her like in the next few episodes? Because I feel like we're going back to that cantina. Honestly,
Yes, we definitely.
Yeah,
are.
I think we definitely
like
are.
maybe
for
she
sure.
started her solo career. Like seriously, it's fine. Please,
Solo
she's
career.
just Snoodles.
It
now
could be the
or
case.
something.
Just Snoodles. Stupid. That's so dumb. Yeah, this show is just done a few things that I didn't expect, and there was some interesting, like the Gamorrean guards were thick boys. Them thighs were massive on the Gamorrean guards. Those are big dudes. And you know what's crazy? Those are people. Like I was thinking they were like CG at first, but those are like bigger guys, just like completely painted green. I'm like, dude,
You
I
can't
can get a roll
CG
doing
those
that.
dad bods like that.
No,
you
you can't.
CG that.
I'm gonna be a big chunky Gamorrean
Sorry.
guard for celebration. I'm just gonna get that. Walk around shirtless.
Just gonna,
And
like-
they're like, I guess we have to let him in.
That's-
He committed to the bit. Oh, but I
oh my god.
do you want to do that too, Jerry? Are you down?
Sure. You know what? Fine. Let's
Okay,
just
cool.
we'll be the Gamorreans. We'll both be the
Cosplay magic
Gamorrean
is
guys.
happening right now.
Yes, right now.
Front of our eye.
We're
It's
gonna
on
start our
video
costumes.
now.
We're gonna
You
need-
can't you can't go back on it.
Nope,
Yeah, you
we
can't
can't
go
go
back,
back,
nope.
Tori.
No,
We're
will
gonna get
you
your help.
guys
You're gonna
be
help us do the
will you
math.
guys be Boba and Finnick respectively and like lead us around or something or whatever? Like no, I'm just like,
Why not? I got the
That'd be
helmet.
badass.
we won't subject you to
Yes,
that.
you
It's
do.
fine. No.
Oh, speaking of, I wanna show how committed Arezou is. I'm sure y'all saw the thumb earlier, but I want to reflect on it again real quick. You can barely see it in her hand, but she has. Oh, maybe you can't see it at all. She has the
Yeah,
Finnick
we're in the
Shan
way.
I've got
outfit. Look, here we go.
Remove
I'm putting
yourself.
this
She's
on
got
screen.
it. She's got it.
Remove
Yeah.
yourselves.
Yeah.
You got your
Yes.
hands. There we go. Gorgeous.
Committed.
Oh my god.
Look at that.
Perfect.
which is
So
not.
badass.
It hasn't been weathered yet, but I did drop it taking the picture that I sent the two of you, so it doesn't
There-
have a chip on it.
There will be
Oh,
no
that
better
works.
weathering than that.
Just
Yes.
flinging it around. It's
The
natural.
most
weathering.
authentic. Yep.
One dent
So,
on the top, one on the back.
I didn't really get a chance to ask all this, and I'll ask Tori. Tori,
Throwing
was there
out,
any moments you
throwing
want to talk about in particular from this episode? Anything really?
I mean, all of them. I don't know. No. I mean, for me, I think the things that really stood out to me, I really enjoyed. I really feel like we're heading towards like Boba having a Tuscan Raider family, which is
Oh,
Kinda-
that'd be
kind of
cool.
sweet.
Oh,
Also
good.
scary because I worry about what happened to them. But anyway. Anyway, no, I loved his interaction with like the younger Tuscan Raider and like kind of that whole water scene where he's like, I want some water. And the kid takes it and he kind of like goes to like fight back and then he kind of like doesn't. And I think that's like a really interesting moment.
Yes.
But I think my
Mhm.
favorite thing so far, and is the thing that I've wanted from this show, was I love a good period movie or show. Like I love like, you know, medieval stuff, the Tudors, whatever, right? Him like holding court, him like being this
Yes.
ruler and figuring this out, I think is so interesting. And it's definitely a side of Star Wars that we haven't seen before. So I'm most excited for that, and I've loved those scenes. Additionally, love the music, and the music even has kind of like that
Oh,
medieval
man.
feel
Yo.
to it at times.
Yes.
So I love that. I'm looking forward to more of that. I want him to have to like maneuver politics and go to dinner parties, and Arezou and I want them to have to dress up.
At the sanctuary.
Oh,
Like
gonna
I would
happen.
love that
It's
so
gonna happen.
much.
Dress up vibes.
Some
So
full-
we're
Yeah,
really
like
dressed up.
in like a Canto bite tux and stuff,
Yes,
like Boba with
like
tails
two
and
people
everything.
that wear the same outfit every day of their lives. They have to wear like nice like finery.
Yo.
Boba
this
being
is-
all like, I hate this.
I know Star Wars, unless your name is Padme Amidala, Star Wars is not costume changes. I know that. But give them costume changes. Do you know what I
Please,
mean?
yes.
Let's try it. Come on.
Anything that's not. I mean, I know Boba's had a couple costumes this episode, but I don't count the acid burn jumpsuit. Like, give him
The
some
pajamas.
there.
Yeah.
As people are
Yeah.
calling them.
As much as I want that onesie for pajamas, like it's fine. It'll be fine. We can live without it. It's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this show's gonna do some interesting stuff like that we don't expect. Like I think we're gonna get our characters put in situations that are maybe a little unsettling for them, and not in the way of like, not in the way of like them being trapped and attacked, but them having to do things politically or
Yeah.
things that are like social. It's such a good point. I didn't think about it from that perspective. That is 100% gonna happen. It's gonna be awkward as hell, and I'm embracing it. I want
They
that
can
to
only
happen.
punch so many people. Like at
Yes!
some point, they're
Because
gonna
you have to
get,
talk
like,
with people. Yeah.
The negotiations
is
just
just-
become less aggressive.
Of course.
It-
God, it's great.
More people have said it better than me, but this is just a show about a guy taking baths and thinking about his life. That's all this is. That's all it is.
It's so good.
And I love it.
Arezou,
More,
did
please.
you have a favorite moment?
I think mine was the sanctuary. Just the
Oh,
whole vibe of it. Like, I tweeted just that I like the fact that it has central air conditioning, and
I
that I
screenshot and sent to I sent it to so many people. It was so funny.
it popped off. I don't know what happened with this tweet, but anyway, no, I like the whole vibe of it. I like that it doesn't feel like anything we've really seen in Tatooine. Like the inside of buildings in Tatooine always looks like very much an extension of the outside, whereas this
Right.
is like
Uh-huh.
the kind
it's
of
gorgeous.
oasis type location you would
Mhm.
find in the desert. Like outside is
uh-huh.
miserable, but let's make the inside nice. And just like Garza Whip is awesome, and
Uh-huh.
that whole little she's running her business but like doesn't quite know where she's gonna fall with Boba, and like how much
Yep.
freedom will she be allowed to maintain. So I find her fascinating, and I just really liked that location and the potential of it. And on my rewatches, like that was the part I was looking forward to like going back there. So I hope we spend a lot of time
course.
there.
It's definitely
like the
a
bar I
pause
wanna
and
go
look at the
to.
background kind of scenario.
Right.
Yes.
So many cool things
The-
happening.
The shirtless Twilight guy, that was incredible. I'm like, I'm like, we're so used to like, and unfortunately, this is how it was in the 80s, but like, we were so used to seeing like the females being sexualized, but to have the guy be sexualized in that episode was pretty awesome. He was like huge. I mean, that guy was massive. He was a big dude.
Look,
I was like, this guy's a stud.
between this guy and like shirtless Marciano last week, we are living in a
Mhm.
moment
Oh man,
right now.
it's been
And the
it's been a
Gamorrean
moment,
guard's
man.
thighs.
It's been a
The
moment.
Gamorrean guard's thighs. We gotta take that into effect. The moment that spoke to me the most watching it was when they were looking for water, and that Rodian's an asshole. I'm just gonna say that.
Oh, yeah.
Every time he found water, he's like, "Me! I found water!" He's so happy, and you can see his skin. You can see his skin through his holes in his clothes. I
Oh
thought
my
that was
God.
really weird. That was like
Sorry.
rubbery looking. No.
We saw his. He had like a hole in the hip too. Like you could see, like you see
Yes.
those.
It was a
Rodian
cool
thighs.
detail though.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the moment when he digs up that sand creature, that Ray Harryhausen looking, it almost looked stop motion. I know it wasn't, but like that was peak Star Wars. to me.
Centaur
We haven't
gecko.
had weird Star Wars. Like we've had weird Star Wars obviously since the acquisition, but like the closest weird we've had to that is Lady Proxima, and like. I love Lady Proxima because she's so weird looking. She's like, Kira. And I'm like, that's just so bizarre. And I love how weird that is. Remember the silo? But oh, Tori, what's up? What's
Tori.
up?
No.
Tori.
You go ahead. No, if you're still trying.
preaching.
No.
I'm preaching. So wait, the fact that we got
we all love Lady Proxima. Okay.
yes,
All
we
oh, I
do.
love her.
We do. It's true. It's true.
But we got
just loves
Gecko
jewelry.
Centaur. We got a Gecko Centaur, and he's badass, and like it just kind of like confirms that we all have a preconceived notion of like the Santa Tatooine. We've got Jawas, Tusken Raiders, we got Krayt Dragons, we've got Womp Rats, we've got all kinds of things this show's gonna probably make canon. But like that thing was straight up from hell. I loved that thing.
It was, and I saw you post about this. This is Spy Kids 2, Island of Lost Dreams, baby.
Yeah.
That is straight
Right.
from
That's
where
what it
that
is.
creature
Uh-huh.
came from.
Yes.
And I need someone. I don't have photo editing skills. Someone put that song that Alexa Vega sings at the end of the movie over that
Yes.
scene. Someone do
Yes.
it, please. Thank
Oh,
you.
I'm doing that tonight. Thank
Please
you,
do.
Tori.
Oh my god.
as
All
soon
I
as
think of
that
what Alexa Spike gets to is that song just pops into my head.
That's
Oh man, and I
amazing.
turned
Incredible.
to Justin and I was like, "Do you?" I said, "Do you think God stays up there because he's afraid of what he's created here on Earth?"
Oh,
dude,
thank
but
God
my
for
my
Rodriguez.
reaction was, what the hell, when that thing popped out, like in the best way.
It
though.
was very
in the
jarring.
best way.
Very jarring.
Like I was like, what the hell is what is that? It's got like
I know.
15
And it just
abs.
keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah, it's just like
15
more
abs.
it
arms.
never ends.
Yo, when he
I was
smoked
like-
the dog, I thought my gut dropped. I'm like, no, not the puppy, the
man.
massive, or whatever it's
He
called.
used Boba
When it
as a
was
punch.
massive.
Yet again, someone using Boba as a literal punching bag. You know, I mean, just like
Yes.
holding the chain, like doing this, and
Oh,
but like in the best way. I was like, this is the weirdness that I was hoping for in this,
Yes.
Robert Rodriguez thing. Like I want
Yes.
him to put his. To me, that felt very much like him. To me, like that was
Yes.
like just that was so Robert Rodriguez to me. I loved it again, like Spy Kids. No, oh, man,
yes,
so good.
there it is.
Please
that,
more space creatures.
That creature
More
was
creatures.
the evolved form of a Goro.
Gore involved.
Oh, I just think that whole moment with him having to prove, you know, and obviously the Tuscan leader knew what was up. He knew the kid didn't do it, but I love that the kid came back like, I killed this thing. Like, there's no way you killed that thing, dude. Oh man, that was great. And he had the head and everything. Like, this is so Star Wars, and I love it. It felt a little bit like the oh damn it. And Tori, you literally have the costume for this, the outfit for this. It reminded me of the egg from chapter 2.
Just like, yeah.
Yes. What do they call it though? Suka.
Yeah.
That's what it felt
Cadbury
like.
cream
It
egg.
felt awesome. Yes. And you know what? One thing too, before we kind of close this thing out, this episode did kind of feel like it should have been in 2 parts, if that makes sense. Like, I wish it would have been longer. And I think the next episode, when it comes out next Wednesday, is going to feel like a more complete story. Does that make sense? Like, I think it's going to feel that way. Kind of like how Mando's episode 1 and 2 were kind of like, obviously, you know, he got off the planet at the end of the 2nd chapter of Mando, where that was kind of the goal. He landed on the planet and he got off the planet. But anyway, what do y'all think of that?
I think where's I going with this? I think they had a big chunk of backstory, like how he got out, how he survived, like the nitty-gritty of it, that they
Sure.
really needed to just establish. And then
They had a lot to get through.
Yeah, and then they wanted to like
Right.
check in with Boba and Fennec and just kind of be like, this is like roughly their dynamic, and obviously things are not going well, and then they can just leave it there. And then
Mhm.
next week, when they cut back and forth, like with the flashbacks and present day, which I'm assuming they're doing, I don't actually know,
Sure.
then they can make like more of a thematic connection about like how his time with the Tuscans has maybe informed
Well,
how he's leading now. And then they can like draw those parallels more clearly now that we've sort of established ourselves in both timelines.
exactly. And
Absolutely.
Alex Damon, he said it best in his review. I watched the Star Wars Explained review. He says, Stranger in a Strange Land, that concept is not just, you know, him with the Tusken Raiders. It's him being a leader. Like, the man's
Yeah,
never had to
it's
be
so
a leader
many, yeah.
before. It's a really great title because, you know, obviously it's a callback to like what, you know, the cowboy stories kind of tell. And also part of it is dealing with I think there's a novel from the 50s called Stranger in a Strange Land as well. That was like sci-fi, like it was like about this guy that went to Mars and he had to accommodate or like, you know, learn from Mars culture. But like I think this show is going to do a lot of that, like the parallel storytelling, you know. If y'all ever seen Godfather 2, they do that with Michael Corleone and his dad, you know, and it's just kind of the idea behind it. You know, we're trying to figure out, you know, where he was that led him to this moment and how is he going to take that, what he learned and kind of implement it. It's awesome. It's just so cool. I love that. We haven't seen that in Star Wars, and it's nice and refreshing to finally have something like that. But to kind of wrap this conversation up, I want to kind of go around and ask, where does this go? What is going to be the next step? What's going to be going on? Jerry, do you have any predictions at all?
Oh my God. All I can think about now is them going to like a ball in like evening attire.
Like
Also-
Van Helsing 2004.
But also pod racing and stuff. I don't know, like I'm trying to not put too much like into
Sure.
like, I'm
I agree.
enjoying the ride and all that. Like
Mhm.
I've had no like my predictions for this were it's going to think take Boba to places I don't think people thought he was going to go.
Absolutely.
And
that will be the case.
And that's fine. And again, like, I love that this episode ended with him just taking a drink and going, and then it cuts to that fantastic, hey, you know, like, it's so good. Anyway. Yeah. I don't know.
So
That's
awesome,
I've got no. Honestly, I've got no. Yeah, we haven't even talked about the theme like that much.
We can handle the theme.
Like, don't get me started, man. I mean, I'm gonna we're all gonna be like at the podcast night at the bar at Celebration. I'm gonna have my arms around people going, "Hey, ba-na-na-na-na," or something. You know, like it's gonna. I'm really short too, so I'm gonna be like an Oompa Loompa, just like Oompa. You know, it's gonna be fine. It'll be fine.
Any predictions, Arezou? Because I know you like your speculation.
Mine is smaller because as much as I would like the ball and the balcony and all that stuff,
of course,
my imagination will run away with me. So I don't know if they didn't say who sent that group of like assassins after them. I think it was the mayor. I think that's what the Major Domo was hinting at when he's like expected another delegation. I'm like, that's the delegation. So I think that's what happened. I think that's what's going to lead them to the mayor's office for the whole damn well who thing that we saw in the trailer. I think it feeds directly off of that. That's my little prediction. I'm going to keep mine small.
Okay, I get that.
Okay.
I don't want to. I'm the kind of person that doesn't want to dream too big because. Jerry, here we go. Your finger went up. What's up, Jerry?
Sorry. I mean, it did. Well, but I just So Nor Hall posted something about how those, and a lot of people have been making connections to those guys look like they work for Crimson Dawn, and a pretty awesome boss lady by the name of Kira.
The mayor could also work for Crimson Dawn.
That's what I was. With you talking,
Tatooine.
With you saying, I'm like the mayor is in Kira's pocket. And again, I know that we've got like they've said it's a trilogy in the comics. Like we don't want to like spoil anything going on there. I don't think they would kill Kira off at the end of that. Why would you do that?
No.
Because
that would be a horrible idea.
It's too incredible. We've got
the worst idea ever.
Her right here, right now. Just put her into this show. Anyway. If I may just interject quickly. No, please.
No. I have heard and I have listened, and I think that it is correct. Listen to a minute 49 into Boba's theme song. And it sounds very similar to the themes that are played in Solo when Crimson Dawn stuff happens.
Ooh.
It's the notes are banana.
It's
that's the exact 3 notes because I ended up listening to it last night. Yeah, I it's like, and it's funny because I mean if you listen to Grogu's theme, it's a lot like Kylo Ren's theme. It's a little bit like that with a little bit of a twist. Like I don't know.
Crazy.
I just want to be able to go to this show and I don't want to. Do I want a Luke ending? Obviously, who doesn't want the Luke ending? Something big, but like, would I mind if it was really small? I wouldn't mind either. Bring Kira in. That's kind of small. That's big, but it's also kind of small. Like people are saying Han Solo. I'm like,
it's going to be small to like the people who are watching this who aren't on Star Wars Twitter, but Star Wars Twitter is going to absolutely implode.
Just implode.
Oh my god!
Implode into just. It's just going to be like shots of her from whatever episode if she drops in, with hearts and every. I mean, it's just going to be like we're going to lose our minds. We're all going to lose. It's
going to be bad.
I mean, I agree.
And like when Space Punk Queen, Motorcycle Queen shows up. Sorry, go on. I'm sorry. Please.
No, you're good. No, like you were saying, like, I'm not gonna lie, unpopular opinion, I could do without a Luke Skywalker ending. Don't hate me. Don't hate him.
Me too.
No, because I always want to see people that we don't have a ton of story for, and Kira's one of those people, right? We only have part of a movie. I know we're getting comics now, but like, I would like to see more of her story because there's so much there. So I would be super fine with that, personally.
Me too.
But I also, at the same time, which is was always my concern with Mando, which was I want people to come in that are cool, that we know, that we don't have a ton of story about comparatively to like the Skywalkers, but at the same time I don't want them to overshadow Boba and Fennec.
And that's important.
And that's a balance. That's a tough balance to strike.
Everything
right.
The Luke thing, to me personally, honored it because of his moment he gets to have with Grogu at the end. Him and Din and Grogu have that moment where like you see the helmet and that's like ET level cry. But like, I don't think we're gonna need Boba Fett to get saved at any point.
Boba Fett looked like
anybody.
ET when he's dying. By the way, when he was like lost in the desert.
Yes.
He had like that ET skin, like when he's like poor ET Boba Fett.
Same
Anyway,
skin tone.
continue with your point. I'm sorry.
So my big thing is I have a feeling we'll get Cobb Vanth back, which would be really freaking cool. Because I have a feeling, because I saw that shirt, Jerry. I was thinking, there's a reason, and I cannot wait to get the answer. Boba Fett did not go after that armor sooner. Because the second that armor was gone, he was like, okay, now it's my chance. But I think it's because Cobb Vanth was being kind of honoring it, what it meant, what it delivers,
I agree.
what that
I agree.
yeah, see?
And also
I love Man of Honor Boba Fett.
Maybe he has his own little Tusken Raider family now. Because he's wearing the robes. The robes that he's wearing at Mando are the Tusken Raiders.
Okay, but if that happened, that would be I don't know if any of y'all have read the Kenobi book, but in it's
been a while.
Kind of gets to know the Tusken Raiders. The one that he knows tells him that this Jedi ended up on Tatooine, this other Jedi, and just sort of wound up joining the Tuskens and living with them and having a whole family and just living the rest of his life as a Tusken Raider. So it is not unheard of for that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
God, I love that. And that's what I would want. I want Cobb Vanth to have a moment because there has to be a reason Boba didn't go after him because he
absolutely. Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah, absolutely.
Din almost killed him in the canteen.
He's probably damn, that guy has good hair, even with the helmet.
Yep.
So just, I don't know how he does it, but good for him.
My theory previously was just that he saw Cobb Vanth and was like, oh no, he's hot. And then...
right. Oh no!
Yeah, like Squidward. It's fine. Yeah, it exactly like Squidward. That's exactly it.
But
yeah,
and he even mentions.
I caught that reference. There you go.
What was that? It was in chapter 14. He even mentions Cobb Vanth. I'm pretty sure he says him by name too, right? Doesn't he? Doesn't? Yeah.
He does. Yeah, he says.
Cobb Vanth had his armor.
Cobb Vanth.
God. Yeah. See, that's my only prediction is Cobb Vanth. Bring him back. He was on Conan in March or
and he was looking
April.
Like Cobb Vanth. He had the hair.
The Cobb Vanth. Yep. Oh, it's so dope.
Can't wait to see Cobb Vanth next week.
Stop it.
Oh man.
Next week, immediately Cobb Vanth.
He's like, hey, can you babysit this Hutlet for me?
Oh, well, y'all, this has been an absolute blast. I guess before we sign off this evening, I would love to get some fantastic plugs in. Arezou, what we got going on right now? What's going on with you?
So right now, wrapping up for the year, but on Space Waffles, we're starting our Boba Fett recaps on Tuesday.
Here we go.
We are not live streaming anymore. It's just pre-recorded podcast formats. We're doing that over there. And that's all at thegeekywaffle.com. You can find it all there. And then on arzud2.com going into the new year, now that I'm all caught up with my backlog. Next year is the year of Kenobi, getting ready for the show. So I don't know if you can see behind me. I have the Jedi Apprentice books.
Yes.
And the Kenobi is just hiding behind this Ewok.
There he
so going through some Obi-Wan books on the site next year.
Oh.
In addition to anything new as it comes. So
that's going to be awesome.
Hey.
I've never read them before either. I've read Kenobi, but I haven't read the Jedi Apprentice books. So this will be my first time.
Dang. Well, I can't wait to read your reviews on them. It's going to be badass. It's going to be dope. Tori, what's going on with you?
I mean, not much, but lots of Boba Fett.
You and Alden ain't got anything cooking up? Nothing cool?
Lots of Boba Fett stuff.
We're all fine here.
Yes. So I will be doing weekly podcast about the Book of Boba Fett at the Mandatory Creed, which is on the Octo Radio feed, so you can check that out. Nice. And yeah, right now I'm just gearing up for the new year, making some new stuffs for my shops. One might be a little Kira related, so. But yeah, you can check out my shop at Creature Cartel, but that is not open just yet. We're on a break.
Well, that's good. And look, we all need a break. Look,
real quick to plug her shop and everything. Like I got me some.
I noticed your intro has the excuse me button on it.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Oh, I think I got one of those too somewhere. I think it's on a hat or something. No,
Yep.
seriously, the honor's all ours.
Oh,
We own calamari flan. It's celebration. I'm gonna use this in a sabacc game. Okay, like it's gonna happen.
Okay, just
I'm
don't
gonna
lose
finally
it.
play sabacc now.
I was gonna say you better win.
No,
that
that
game.
yeah, never
And
mind.
what if you
Never
lose?
mind.
Yeah, you gotta win it.
I'm gonna keep it close to my heart.
We'll be dressed as Gomorian guards with our Mon Calamari flan. We'll be.
With their
It'll
flan.
be a sight to behold.
Sounds amazing.
Oh,
Do you take flan?
Jerry,
Yeah.
what do you got going on Hyperfocus next week, bud?
Guys, we look. Okay, so Hyperfocus is coming back after a little bit of a hiatus and everything. I have Andy of Force Friends Rewatch coming on, and I'm so
nice.
excited to have them on because I got to guest with them on Force Friends Rewatch one time, and it ended up just being me and Andy, and we had just such a fantastic conversation. They're fantastic. I can't wait to just dive into whatever Andy wants to talk about, because that's what Hyperfocus is. Hyperfocus doesn't have to be about Star Wars. It can be about whatever we want it to be. So it's just tune in.
Amen.
We're on Monday nights now. So we're moving to Mondays at, I believe 8 PM.
Nice.
I should know where my own show starts. 8 PM. So Monday, 8 PM. Check it out. Andy from Force Friends Rewatch. It's going to be a blast. Can't wait.
Well, it sounds like a blast.
Oh, it is.
I'm not frozen. I just wanted to be dramatic.
I thought you got froze for a second there for sure.
Every Wednesday, you got Bombad.
Mate, who invited you here?
Sorry. I had to get one in.
No, I'm glad. I would have him interrupt me any day of the week. So incredible. Obviously Bombad Gaming is gonna be coming back. We've been kind of on and off, unfortunately. I got my booster shot yesterday, and I'm just feeling like a nightmare. So that being said, I will gladly. That's really funny because I just saw this picture, Michael. But for y'all that do not know, and I'll explain this right here while we're on the air. The Jedi Prince? Yeah. The
Jedi Prince
novels.
The Jedi Prince novels
turned Jabba's palace into a retirement community. And I'm not kidding. You can look that up. That's actually in the EU.
Check out we did a few episodes with we did a couple episodes with Michael where he basically just we reacted to him telling us what Jedi Prince was about.
Yeah.
It's just a ton of fun.
It is a blast.
Hashtag Han Solo's beeper. Sorry. Yeah, please continue.
Stupid. No, but obviously next week we'll be recapping chapter 2 of The Mandalorian. So catch us there. With that being said, I think who should say stay bombad? Arezou, I think you should get the chance to say it real quick. Okay. Ooh.
Now?
No pressure.
Stay bombad.
Did you say impossible? Pasquale? Only kidding, Chucky. I've changed my tune because I finally thought of a possible dream that we can all share. What is it?
Pasquale?
It's a dream
Time to
about
make that
a world
change,
when
baby.
nobody is poor or sick or hungry.
Oh, now that's a dream we can make come true.
I'm gonna make a change for once in my life. It's gonna feel real good. Gonna make a difference. Gonna make it right.
As I point up the collar on my favorite winter coat, this wind is blowing my mind.
I see the kids in the street with not enough